right, I got a beautiful day. Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to say call on Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakam Adash, and I pray for the great Yahushua of Israel, the great I am, the possessor of heaven and earth, and the spirits of heaven and earth. I come before you in the name of Yahweh Shai, the Adonai, the Hamashiach, the light of this world, the one who died for Israel and rose for sin to become your father's royal right arm, my redeemer, my comforter, and my salvation. The only one that pleaded the blood over Israel, the only nation granted for salvation. Amen. Shout out to the great millstone, the ones who give me this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Not only to give me to go back to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, but to get us prepared for these strange and dark times ahead of us. They work around the clock. They work around the clock to give us the wisdom and knowledge and understanding that we need. They go through history, they go through the Bible, they go through words, numbers, geography, anything that you need to know, they know. And, they study it and they spread the word, put the spirit of study hopefully upon you. So that way when the times come and things do take place, you can't say that you weren't warned, you can't say you didn't heard, you were told. Whether you listen or not, you were told. Amen to that. Shout out to Great Millstone. Shout out to the Aqua, the brothers that's in the word. And whether you be from a camp or not, you still go out to the highways and byways. You do your research, you listen to the prophets to the best of your abilities. Shalom to those brothers. Shout out to the Aqua, the beautiful women that's in the word. And whether you got a man or not, you still fear the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. When you listen and you learn in silence, coming back at you with another video through the power and spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. This video is titled Faith. So you gotta have faith, or you gotta believe. So faith is a very critical thing. It's very easy to do. It's not as difficult as you may think it is. It all starts with the fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and the name Yahushai. But most importantly, you gotta have faith. You gotta believe that He is your Savior. You gotta believe that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai was put here just for you. You gotta believe that He will return, which we all know He will. And the faith, to build a solid faith, you gotta study. It says wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of times and the strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is a treasure. Amen to that. And that's not an abbreviation. You gotta study. You gotta research things. You gotta read the Bible. You gotta read the Apocrypha. You gotta listen to the prophets. Most importantly, that's like the first thing that you gotta do. Like he says, he who has an ear, let him hear. So you listen. Sometimes you gotta be quiet and let them talk. Listen to them. Get yourself in order, so you won't be coming in strange apparel. Whether you listening on the computer or you happen to stand before them, mainly GMS, Great Millstone, because Great Millstone is still having a problem with other camps and they teaching other ideals and all that. But, Great Millstone is the cornerstone. They might be strict and all that, but, hear them out. They got some wisdom for you, Hopefully it can create a basis of faith for you. And you can start to believe, and that'll be your beginning, But overall, we all got teachers, and my teacher is this Great Millstone. So whatever I don't know, whatever I need to know, whatever I don't understand, they'll read it and figure it out. And I'll listen to their videos and get what I need to get, or, they point to where I need to study, whatever I need to study. They got so much vast knowledge, you can never really cover enough. Some of them been in the faith for like 40 to 50 years, so a lot of knowledge out there, you just grab what you can. That's why they call the word the belly of living waters. But most importantly, faith is the builder. It's the support beat. It's your foundation. And without that, it can always crumble. Without that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, it can be destroyed. Somebody can easily persuade you without that faith, So, a lot of people without faith can protect you from a lot of things. So you got to understand that. Faith can protect you from a lot of things, and faith can help you become stronger. It's a lot of people that don't have faith, and a lot of people that don't believe in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai pertaining our people, and they are lost people. They damned people. So it's a bad thing not to have faith, because it does not protect you. You need faith, and faith is with the fear. It can and it will protect you when you have that faith and that wisdom and knowledge and understanding. So, always have that, and always keep strong in that. And believe me, it's a lot of people that are lost without it. They are exposed to a lot of other things, and sometimes they are destroyed, due to what they expose due to what they exposed by, like, being too close in the proximity or being in this type of world. You got to have the faith of Yahweh Shem Shai to protect you, to be your sword and your shield. And with that, you can lead a better life. You can change your life. You can become stronger. You walk in the Word. You know who you are. You're not lost anymore. You grow stronger. You put in work to the best of your abilities. Anything that you can do, like go out to the highways and byways. Try to get people to listen to you. If they don't, then that's on that's their fault. You can't change a person. You can't change a person if they don't want to be changed. If the Most High didn't put the spirit of change on them, or the spirit of the ears to listen, then they won't listen. Sometimes you got people that be coming up to you like, wanting to question you, or some people, just too hyped up, they talking about the word, and then next thing you know, you never see them again. You encounter spirits like that that'll test your faith, because sometimes it can discourage you and make you angry, like, oh, no one's listening. Like, oh, nobody cares, or, no one wants to join my little camp, or you just being by yourself and you don't got nobody. It's okay, keep pushing. Don't let your faith be shaken, no matter how long it might take. Keep pushing the word. That way, when it's time for this judgment to happen, and when it happens simultaneously, like I say in the Bible, the Most High, He's coming to visit everybody, each and every person, all the children of Israel. He's going to come and visit them separately. And if He find no works or He find no belief, then they will most likely be destroyed. You want to be one of those people that the Lord come and He knock on your door, and He come in and everything is clean, everything is ready for Him, you prepared, and you got works, you know the word, and He can come and sup with you, and you won't have to be destroyed. Because best believe it's a day that's coming to where the Lord is going to visit each and every person, and a lot of these people are not going to fare well with the judgment. They're not going to survive the judgment. But Yahweh willing, you one of those people that survived that judgment and be held adequate, clean, and Yahweh will let you live to see the end of days, and to be called away, called up in the air to join Yahweh Shem Shai and be with Him forever and ever. That is a real abbreviation, because a lot of people gonna want to get off the ground when they want to go up in the sky when the nuclear missiles touch the ground. So how are they going to be able to do that when they don't have access? They don't know who to call on. They don't know, what I'm saying, who Yahweh Shem Shai is. For those of them that know that you want to call on Yahweh Shem Shai, or when the day He comes, He just come and He get you from whatever peril you might know, from whatever peril you might be in, whatever danger might be in your way. You want Him to come and save you. Expect to be saved for those of us that are sure they have works, for those of them that are sure that they've been doing it and they know that they've been doing it. Amen to that. Some people expect to be saved. That too. Believe that you're going to be saved, and that's what comes with that faith. Because there's a lot of stuff that's happening in the world, and you might not know, but you should be aware of, instead of living under a rock your whole entire life, or living within your own mind, living within your own world. Whatever you believe in your mind is not what's happening in reality. It's not what's happening in society. You can say, oh, I'm not broke, but the nation is going broke. Oh, you can say, I ain't in no fight, I ain't in no war, but the nation is going to war. So you got to understand that. That's what a lot of people are doing. They living within their own mind, within their own rules. My house, my rules. That's what's going to get you caught up, because you don't believe in nothing but yourself. You carnal-minded. Your perspective is messed up. And then when these times happen, you want to, when these times happen, you got people that's still going to pretend like nothing is wrong when everything is falling apart. Nothing is in good shape. People are dying. The money is no more good. It's huge riots. Everything is on fire. For those of us that live to see that day, a lot of us is going to pretend like nothing is going on. A lot of us going to pretend like it's just some small war, or the government is going to swoop in and they going to calm these people down, and everything is going to go back to normal. Once everything falls and everything is done, it's done. So, but you got people like that that's going to tell you what they think, even though that's not what's happening in the world. That's not what's happening before your eyes. And then the people that you got to look out for, because they ain't got no faith. They ain't got nothing to protect them, you know. And themselves is not strong enough to protect them, you know, because people believe on their own understanding. And the Bible does tell you that don't lean on your own understanding. Don't lean on man's understanding. That's right. Stop listening to other people and letting other people teach you, especially if they're not in the Word. Mainly if they're not in the Word, stop letting people teach you and tell you what you think you should know. You need to go out, check it out. You know what I'm saying? Study it, understand it, and see where it's coming from. You know, it's a right way and it's a wrong way. So I'm in James right now. So you see what happened to people when they tell them, when they get taught by retarded dumb people and blind people. All of a sudden the blind is blind and all James, the bondservant of Yahweh, and the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and the Lord Yahweh Shai. It says, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. Greetings, that's right. To the Israelites that are scattered, because they in like different, during this time they was in like different slaveries and under different captivities, and they were scattered out. So it's greetings to them. Now, this chapter is pertaining to the 12 tribes. It's pertaining only to them and nobody else but them. So you got people that's actually confronting the prophets, and the prophets prove them wrong over and over again. And they say that for Yahweh so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, and that through him they may be saved. He's talking about a specific world. That's what world means in Greek. It means cosmos. Cosmos means specific world. You got to know words in order to understand the book too. Certain words that you got to study, you know, like how adversary, it don't mean the evil one. It means one who's against God. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. Not the evil ones, the fallen angel Satan and all of that. That is BS. It's not canon. It's not in the Bible. Trust me, I just read 100-year-old. I just looked into 100-year-old Bible. It's still the same. It doesn't talk about a group of fallen angels, 200 angels falling to the sky, falling to the ground, and they rebelling against God. And when God come back, he gonna fight Satan and all that blah blah blah. No, it doesn't work like that. There is a balance between everything, and angels don't rebel God. Everything fears God. Period. Why would an angel rebel against his creator? It's not possible. You know, so you got to understand that. And that doctrine is like false. It's a lot of things that are false, especially when you read and you study and you begin to understand things. And that's a part of your faith that make your faith stronger. Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Like I said, I just read 100-year-old Bible. Half the books that they got on the sidelines that are fake doctrine, they're not a part of the book. You know, I just read this, and it's still at my house right now. This Bible, you know what I'm saying, and it's mixed with the Apocrypha and the Old Testament and the New Testament. It's just one gigantic book, and a lot of the chapters, like the books of Adam and Eve, not canon. You know what I'm saying? The books of Enoch, not canon. Fallen angel doctrine, not canon. Flat Earth doctrine, not canon. You know what I'm saying? It's not accurate. It's not real. So you got to be careful. But you know, lesson within a lesson, like it says, to each his own. It's only talking to the Negroes, the Mexicans, and the Indians. They are the true descendants. They're the children of Israel. You know, and he's only talking to them, not the whole world, not everybody, because they want to talk. They want to play in the Bible and say that when God was talking to the Israelites, you know what I'm saying? When Yahweh Shai was talking to the Israelites and the prophets was talking to the Israelites, he was talking to Greeks and Israelites. No, he was talking to Israelites that were Hellenistic. I do believe that's the word for it. And these people that were they were transferred to Greek. They changed over to Greek, but they were still Israelites. So there was Israelites speaking Greek during that time, like it's Israelites that were Roman Israelites. You know what I'm saying? But they were Israelites, but they transferred to Rome due to the drastic change in them having to throw away their beliefs because of what they got themselves into during that time, and they had to worship their enemies' beliefs because they had to worship their enemies' beliefs because they were under their rule. So when the prophets was going out and they were spreading the word, you know, after Yahweh Shai's passing, you know, and his resurrection, you know, they went out to go spread the word, you know, and they was talking to the Greeks, but they weren't talking to the Greeks in person, like as in the white people Greeks, or, you know, during those times the red people, you know, the children of Esau. No, he was talking to the Israelites, and they also spoke Greek too. So, you know, you got the prophets battling back and forth with that. Even though they always right, they always win. You still got people talking about, oh, what about the Greeks during that time? He was talking to us too. He was talking to us too, and it's not accurate. That's not what the Bible is saying. But, you know, it's neither here nor there. Like I said, they don't have no faith. They don't believe. And especially, I'm talking about the Israelites. They don't have no faith. They don't believe. So, you know, they can be easily persuaded. And for those of them that are not Israelites, that are not a part of the family, it's not meant for them anyway. You know, so, you know, like, what does it matter to you? And you're not even a part of the family. You're not even a part of the law. You cannot be grafted in. You know, Israel is a speckled bird, yes. But at the same time, if you're absolutely Edomite, you're full Edomite, you're not grafted in. You know what I'm saying? It goes by the seed of the father. So you can't just say, oh, I'm an Edomite, and then just graft yourself into a family you don't belong. That doesn't work like that. If you don't belong, then you just don't belong. You can't be mad at the rules that Yahweh gave, you know what I'm saying, and try to change them. And I'm going to get to that chapter 2 by Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. He says that I change not. I don't change. Nothing ever changes. It's always the same, you know. Now we got a time to where the Lord is about to bring in a new thing, which is the kingdom of heaven. You know, and all this stuff is about to pass away. That's new, but, you know, until then, the Lord ain't changed. The Lord is not going to open up his arms for the enemy. The Lord is not going to open up his arms for the people that destroyed us and left us like this until society finally collapsed and just left us there and then came to attack us and all that. They got a lot of stuff that they got to pay for. So, like I said, for the first precept, when it says to the 12 tribes, greetings, it's talking about the children of Israel, the niggas, the Mexicans, and the Indians, okay? Period. It says, my brethren, count all joy when you fall into various trials. That's right. Be happy with what you have, you know? Be happy. A lot of brothers ain't even happy with what they got, you know? So, you know, like the breath of life in you, the strength to move forward. You got all your limbs. You have all your senses. You know, you're born with a complete intellectual mind. You know, to a degree, you might have to deal with curses, but, you know, you have everything that you need to push forward. You might have your family, your loved ones. You know, you might have, you might be broke, but you got a job. You're still surviving. You know, your car probably broke down, but you're still walking. You're still able to move. You're still able to do things. You know, you finally free from the drugs that the Most High imprisoned you in, or, you know, whatever various trials that you into. A lot of brothers, they blame Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua instead of thanking the Lord and being like, thank you, Yahweh, for the things that I do have. Like it says, for what little that you have, the Lord will take away. So you got to understand that, you know, the little, you got to be happy for the stuff that you have, you know. Always think about the stuff that you got. Always think about what Yahweh gives you daily. Always think about the blessings that you have in your hands. You know, because a lot of brothers that are ungrateful like that, the Lord end up taking it all away. You know, he end up taking their life. He end up destroying them. Sometimes he don't always have to kill you to make you suffer. You know, killing is quick, but to live is the main death right there. To live and to suffer day by day. You know, imagine yourself being broke every day, you know, and not having no money, not being able to get up. You try all your might to get a job. You try all your might to stay out of trouble, but yet you still end up in it like quicksand. You're stuck in it. You're not able to get out. You're not able to free yourself. Now, it's people that exist in the world that are living examples of just that. It's people that are created to be examples of what not to happen. Because some people, Yahweh just got a bone to pick with. And the Most High wants to see them suffer. He wants to see them curse. He wants to see them destroyed for whatever they've done in their past life, whatever blasphemy they've created against him, whatever they have done, they have to pay for it. And sometimes it's a steep price for what they have to pay for, and they don't even realize that they're there. You know, like they said, hell is a living condition. Some people don't even realize that they're living in hell. As our people don't realize that they're living in hell. Your captivity is the hell, the fiery furnace, the iron furnace that the Lord is talking about, you know. So they don't even have no idea that they living like that. But the Most High, he can lighten it. Right now, he can lighten it. He can make it better. And that's with the truth. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I said it again. I need to stop. Don't say that word. You know, with the truth, you know. And it's supposed the truth shall set you free. So you got to understand that it is lightening up, because like you said, the kingdom of heaven shall transfer from one people to another. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of that follower. So we finally at a period where Esau world is coming to an end. It is coming to an end. It's falling apart. It's becoming more and more destructive. It's becoming more and more corrupted. Soon it'll be no more, and then Yahweh can usher in the new era, which is the era of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and his son Yahushai and King David and the Israelites in the new world, the true new world order, and the world being reborn after the great destruction, you know? So understand that. Be happy for what you got. A lot of brothers, like I said, they blame God. They get angry at Yahweh instead of being like, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, I love you. Thank you for allowing me to go through this. And is there any way you can help me, you know, deal with this situation? Can I help me overcome my obstacles? Help me get stronger? Because when Yahweh come up with a plan, and when you ask him for a plan, trust me, his plans always go right. Yahweh is never wrong. You know, so you can fail in your plan, but the Most High, when he give you a plan, it's going to succeed. So you should follow what the Lord has for you. And like they say in the Bible, make the crooked path straight. You know, so make the crooked path straight, even though the straight path is difficult. That's the way you take. It's the straight way to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, rather than taking the crooked path and you get lost and you get stuck. And you know, it might be easy because you're going from one A to point B to point C. But at the end of the day, when you realize that you're not really traveling, you're not really making it anywhere because you don't know where you're going. So you take the straight path, even though it's wrong, it's far. It's a straight way to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You know, and of course we're going to get tested, of course. So when you go through these trials and tribulations, you might fail, you might get your butt kicked. That's the whole purpose, because Israel wanted to do it without Yahweh. Now you see what happens when you do it without the Lord. You know, you see what happens when Yahweh Hashem Yahushai ain't there to guide you. Now we taking crooked paths, or when we take the straight path, it's extremely difficult because we don't have the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai with us to guide us, to take care of us, you know. So for some of us that do, we got that understanding, but it's a lot of us that don't. And they don't even want to take these paths. They don't want to do nothing at all. They don't want to move at all. They expect Yahweh to send his angels down to come save them and put them where they need to be and give them what they want. And it doesn't work like that at all. Like Yahweh Hashem Yahushai say, faith without works is dead. You got to meet me halfway. I come with the blessing, you come with the work. It's business between you and God. Period, point blank. And a lot of brothers don't understand that, right? That's why I encounter a lot of brothers that are lazy. I encounter a lot of brothers that are stupid. I encounter a lot of brothers that are weak. You know, we all come from our beginnings. We all start as weak. We all start as those things. But over time, you're supposed to overcome them and progress and to be stronger. And to be stronger, you got to make Yahweh Hashem Yahushai your rock. You got to be strong. You got to remember that you are a Yasharallah. You are the Prince of the Power. When you realize that, and you realize how powerful you are, you begin to grow. And it all starts with the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and the name Yahushai, with the Almighty. You know, it all starts with him. He reminds you who you are. Like it says in the Bible, are ye not gods? Are ye not gods? Are you not the gods that are talked about in the Bible? Are you not the same gods that created this world? Are you not the same gods that helped make the cosmos? Are you not the same gods that created these people, these animals, the air that you breathe, the clouds? We did all of this. We did all of it. You know, it might seem far-fetched to a person that don't believe, but it makes perfect sense when you understand wisdom and knowledge and understanding. It all makes sense. It all makes perfect sense. Like I said, and I always tell people this, the world is a spiritual place and it's a physical place. It's both and both. One cannot live without the other. We have spirits and we have bodies. It's like that. You cannot totally live. Even wicked people know of the spiritual world. They might not be smart and understand it, but they are aware that there are a spiritual world. But for you to deny that, you're an idiot. You know what you know, and a lot of them, they do deny that. It's just stupid, you know. It says, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience. So patience is not, meaning to take your time. Patience means to suffer. That's exactly what it means. So I tell you, you got to understand the art of words. You got to understand the art of words, man. For real. So patience means to suffer. So it says, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience, but let patience have its perfect work, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing. That's right. So when the Most High say he come back, or when Paul say in the Bible he come back, he say, I expect you to have a perfect faith. I expect you to believe. I expect believers when I come back clean with that white cloth on, with that belief and ready. So he said, I don't want to come back and the prophets and the believers of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai ain't ready. They're not perfect. They're not getting themselves together. They're not getting their house in order. They're not reading. They're not worshiping. They're not praying. That's a disgrace for Paul to come back and there is no faith on the earth. That is what he expects, you know. So it says, if any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask Yahweh, who gives to all liberally and without reproach, and it will be given to him. There it is right there. So you the Israelite, right? You the Israelite, guess what? You the son of God, right? So you can ask Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai for anything that you need, anything at all. You got to know the true name, of course, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the name Yahushai, his son Yahushai, calling Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You got to know the name. You know, you got to know some prayers, at least one good prayer. I know my one good prayer is my favorite prayer. You know, so you know, you got to be able to ask. Sometimes it's not always good to ask. It's just good to pray. But you can ask if it's need. If you need to speak it out your mouth, then ask Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai for what you need. Be careful, like I said in my previous videos. Instead of asking Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai for what you want, ask him for what you need. Like, Yahweh, I need strength. You know, Yahweh, teach my hands to make war. Yahweh, give me wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, help me to take care of my family. Help me to be a stronger man. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, could you discern these things that I'm trying to understand out of the Bible? You gotta ask for these things. You can't just take them out of his hands. Certain stuff you can't just take. You know, you can't just feel like you can know on your own, or you feel like you can excel. That's impossible. The only way for you to excel, the only way for you to grow is for you to ask the Lord to excel. Is to ask him to grow. Is to ask him to know. Ask him to become stronger. That's how it works. A lot of people that don't have faith and that don't have nothing at all, sometimes their limit is their limit. Sometimes, you know, the Most High give them their blessings first, and they realize that their blessings pass away and that they gone, and those of them that come last, they got everything in order. They got the understanding. They know what's going on, and they ask for exactly what they need. And the Lord is like, okay, that's the people that I'm looking for. I'm not looking for these greedy people. That's the first ones in line. And I'm going to just give them what they want. But the last ones that come, I'm going to give them what they need, because that's what they're going to ask for. They're going to get it. You better be careful asking for what you want. There's a lot of people that don't even know who Yahweh is, and they get him exactly what they want from him, and it's a bad thing. Bad. Real bad. And they don't even have to speak it. They don't have to say nothing. They just think it, and it's there. That's how powerful Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is. But you got to be careful. You know, the blessings that you might think are blessings are curses. You know, and the Most High might just be getting you out of the way because he don't want you. And that's even worse. Blind you and then don't even want you. For real, it says, if any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask Yahweh, who gives to all liberally and without reproach, and it will be given to him. Amen. Oh, I'm doing my little thing. Come back later. It says, but let him act in faith with no doubting, for he who doubts is like a wave of the sea, driven and tossed by the wind. That's right. It's a lot of people like that too. Water. You know, some people are like water. You know, water is never still. Water is always changing. Water is always moving back and forth. Water is always in some sort of contortion, or, you know, some sort of storm, you know. So you got people, their emotions are the same way. And they can easily doubt, they can easily change their mind, they can easily go in this direction, they can easily go in that direction. You know, the sea is confusing at times. It can be calm for a moment, but it can be real confusing. It can be real, you know, tempestuous. You know, like a tempest, I mean. I said that even way wrong, but you know what I mean, you know. So you got people like that are so emotional, they blinded by their carnality. They not even, a lot of our people don't even take a chance and, you know, sit back and read or even look into themselves, because they're so submersed in this world. They don't question things. They don't think deeper. They don't search for answers, and the answers that they do find, it might not be to their liking, but it is the truth, you know. And sometimes they don't accept it. They don't like it. They don't want it, and that is exactly what it is. Like the Most High say, to turn into the simple shall slay thee. It's real simple. It's not as difficult as you might think to figure it out. It can be if God don't want you, but if he wants you, he desires you, he's going to give you that choice. You know, either you're going to believe in me, or you're going to go back into the world and believe in everything else. You know, so, and that's that carnal mind. You got to be careful. And a lot of people are, a lot of our a lot of our men of Israel are feminists. They real feminine, so they real emotional. They get their feelings hurt. They get mad. They don't want to take understanding. They weak-minded, no matter how great or small they may be. You know, so you got to. This is a woman's kingdom, so a lot of men are feminine, are simplistic, or simplistic, and you know, they slash for simp, cut it in half, it means simp, and they all about what the women feel and how they feel and how people would look at them when it's slowing them down and stopping them from getting exactly where they need to be. And that can be an even greater problem. It can stunt your growth as a man. Like the Most High say, I implore you to be by yourself. If you're not with the prophets, be by yourself. If you're not with your brothers, be on your own. You be on your own long enough, you can look deeper into yourself, have a stronger connection with Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So when the Lord do throw these trials your way, like the trial of family, like the trial of a woman, like the trial of a job, like the trial of friends, because you're going to encounter these things in the world, you'll be able to have the knowledge, wisdom, understanding to handle these things and to deal with it. Like I said, be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. Know when to avoid a fight, know when to strike, know when to run away, know when to hide. You know, so understand those things. It says, for let not the man suppose that he will receive anything from Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, for he is a double-minded man, unstable in all his ways. That's right, two-faced man. They don't believe, you know. So you got to be careful to understand that. A lot of brothers and sisters, they might mean one thing and then they might mean another. They might agree in front of you, but in the spirit they doubt. And it's not hard to see because the Bible is a physical and a spiritual thing too. So you got to be able to see the things that you can't see. You got to be able to see the things that the things that you can't see are right there, and the things that you can see, you get what you can out of it too. That's the truth. So understand that. You got to be careful and watch these double-minded men. They wicked, they retarded. You know, like how I used to be double-minded too. You know, like how I would believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, but I didn't want to stop smoking weed. I thought that preaching and smoking was okay, and it wasn't. It really wasn't. It was a very serious thing, and it was very embarrassing that I couldn't, as a man, overcome this simple drug, you know, this simple habit, to overcome and to stop that from destroying me, you know. But like you said, ask and thou shalt receive, knock and it shall be opened unto you. Yahweh finally gave me that blessing of the blessing to fight the addiction, to cast it off, to get rid of that spirit that was destroying me, you know. So it's finally gone, and I've been without it, and I've been growing stronger and becoming even more better as a man. And believing in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and walking that path of godhood, knowing that I am a God, a prince of the power, knowing that my God to give me anything that I desire, anything that I ask for in due time, you know, and just, you know, working with Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and building a relationship. This is where loneliness does come from. That's why I made the video loneliness, because you got to be by yourself sometimes, you know. Look inside yourself, figure out what the world really is. Sit there and look at your surroundings. Like I would say, I want you to sit down and look at everything around you and consider the world as it is. Go outside, sit down and look at everything. Take a deep breath and watch this shit. Look at what the Lord is talking about. You're going to see exactly what God is talking about. If he gives you the eye, if he opens your eyes and gives you the eyes to see, you need spiritual eyes to see. Without them, you ain't going to be able to see nothing at all. You're just going to be able to see what you see. And that's not believing. That's no faith at all. That's a faithless man. For him to be like, oh, I want you to stand out there and show me what the Bible is talking about. Show me, what do you see in your own eyes? What do you see? I don't see nothing. I see cars. I see people. I see the clouds. I see the sun. So what is there so special? What is it? They're not going to break it down and tell you what they see. You know, because they don't have the sight to see it, so they're not even gonna understand what the hell are you talking about. You know, so you got to watch those double-minded people. Those people are of the misunderstanding. You know, and they don't know. They blind people. It says, "Let the lowly brother glory in his exaltation." That's right. So the Most High is not gonna go for the winners. He's not going to always go for the strongest man. He's not going to always go for the person that thinks he's the smartest. No, he's going to go for the weakest person, and he's going to go for the person that's most vulnerable. You know, And them people that's frail like that, them people that's weak like that, or that may appear to be the way they are, and them the ones that Yahweh want and he wants to work on. The Most High say, I work with whoever I want, I do whatever I want. If I see potential in you, I'm going to work with that. Nobody's going to doubt me. And when I want something, I get it. So if Yahweh wants you, he's going to come after you no matter what. He's going to dwell over you. He's going to get you. He's going to change you if he wants to. And that's a beautiful thing, to have the Spirit of the Lord upon you. And to give you that spirit of change, to give you that spirit of growth, to give you the spirit of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. These things are a blessing. I'd rather have that than a bag of weed. You know, I'd rather have that than a cigarette. I'd rather have that than friends, you know. That is what I cherish more than anything, is a relationship with Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You know, than material things in the world that'll pass away. Friends come and go, you know, like the waves in the ocean, like the Bible expressed. You know, weed is a numb. It's a shield to hide you from the world. If you're smoking weed and you desperately looking for an escape, you might as well consider yourself some sort of a coward, because you cannot deal with the real world. You need some sort of altar, and you're not going by the law to get your relaxation, because the Most High, he does allow you to drink, you know, to take the edge off, and it's very healthy that you drink wine and those sort of things. But to smoke weed and all that is a part of this world's witchcraft, is to undo what Yahweh Shem Yahushai had established, and they don't want that. Some people will just, or some people even abuse that, become wicked ass drunks and evil, wicked people, and drug users that play with different sorceries and all kinds of things that instead of bettering them, it destroys them, you know. It says, but the rich in his humiliation, because as a flower of the field, he will pass away. That's right. So, like I said, the people that get their blessings first, their blessings pass, they get old, it passes away, it's all done. But when the first person, he's done. The last person, he get his blessing, it's the best of all, and everybody notices it, and it lasts longer, and it's much better for him. It might last forever. His blessings might prevail, you know, and be long term for him. Because he waited to ask Yahweh Shem Yahushai. He came last out of everybody that got all their blessings. He came after them, and he asked them for what he needed instead of for what he wanted. So, you know, people that got what they have already, they're done already. You're not nothing new. In time, your blessings gonna get old. They're gonna pass on. You might lose them. You might not have it. Nobody will be paying attention to you. And that's not exactly the person that God is looking for. He's looking at the person that came after them. And they asked for things that Yahweh ain't never heard this person ask for, which was what interested the Lord. Like, oh, Yahweh, I want to know, you know, why is my people in captivity? Weird questions. You know, I want to know how the world works. I want to know about the history. What's our history? What's our background? You know, I want to know about my true nationality. I want to understand what this Bible means. I want to know who I am. Those are the questions that the Lord be like, that's how faith starts. Those are some interesting questions. Well, let me tell you. Let me show you who I am. Let me give you the understanding that you're looking for. Rather than the idiot that came first and he asked for a house, a car, a family, and some money, and a better living and a job, which is a carnal-minded person, and those are shackles put on you, meant to slow you down, you know? So, and at the same time, hindsight, you know, some people still find the truth, and they have all that, you know? They can be blessed with all that and still find the truth, but, you know, sometimes for a person that's blind, that's all that they get, you know? Like, oh, a man, he get his girlfriend, you know, that can slow you down. You got kids, that can slow you down. Oh, your job is 24 hours and you just need the money so bad, that can blind you. You got to be careful, you know? Be careful with that. It says, but the rich in his humiliation, because as a flower of the field he passed away. That's right. For no sooner has the sun risen with a burning heat than it withers. The grass, its flower fails, and its beautiful appearance perishes. So the rich man will also fade. The rich man also will fade away in his pursuits. That's right. They get old, they get fat, and then the next generation coming along. That's how it go. And then they're no longer looked at. You can have all the money in the world. You can have everything that you want. But ain't no, like I say, ain't no woman gonna want to be with no fat, blubbery man. and he ain't working, he ain't took care of himself. It's really about you at the end of the day. It's not about what you have, it's about who the man is and what he stands for. You know, what makes a man. You know, especially for men that are into women. You know, sometimes that's a perfect example of how you pass away, you know. And you got the money, you got the house, you got the cars, you got everything, but you 300-400 pounds, you don't want to work out, you don't want to do nothing, and you're losing yourself, and you're not the same as you once was. You're not in your prime. You're supposed to be in your prime until 60s and 70s and still be, you know, ripped and all that and working on yourself and be healthy. But you got a lot of elders, you got a lot of people that feel like when they get what they have, when they get what they want out of this world, their mission is complete. And they ain't got to do nothing else. They just revealed as some sort of leader, or, you know, somebody to be real respected, when you just a fat old person that your blessings are passed by and you're done for. That's how it is. I'm trying to give you an example of it in the best way I can interpret it to you. So, and they blessings don't last long, but the person that asks for the right blessings, they last nearly forever. That's a good one. It says, blessed is the man who endures temptation, for he has been approved. He will receive the crown of life which Yahweh has promised to those who love him. It says, let no one say he is tempted. I am tempted by Yahweh. For Yahweh cannot be tempted by evil, nor does he himself tempt anyone. But each one is tempted when he has drawn away by his own desires and enticed. That's right. Your ideals, what you believe in, what you want, your emotions, what you like, what you're into, it can stray you away from the truth, yes. Because you're so quick to argue about what a person, you know, is telling you necessarily, and it's no different than how one person believes in something and then another person believes in something else. It's they contrary to each other. They bound for conflict. And that's how it is with people that they know the truth exists, but they believe in something else. It's always going to be contrary. They're always going to disapprove. They're always going to add in this and that. They're always going to ask 21 questions. And then the people Yahweh don't want. Like, when you're proven wrong, you're proven wrong. But some people, even in they wrong, they think they right, and they think you're wrong. So, you know, but like being right in your own eyes is a wicked thing, man. It's very wicked. It says, then when desire has conceived, it gives birth to sin. And sin, when it is full grown, brings forth to death. That's right. So what you do is, for this one, is the desire is to try and slow that down and try to be more, you know, slow at your movements. Be careful about what you do. You know, be careful with situations you get yourself into. Be careful not to indulge in certain things and everything. You know, try to stay out of the way. Try to stay into yourself. You know, try to stay out of the problems. Try to stay out of the world, because these certain desires can build up. And like Yahweh Shem Yahushua said, for the wages of sin is death. So, you know, you got to pay that price. And you go to the highways and byways and you out here, like Yahweh Shem Yahushua said, you can take off a multitude of sins, because you're doing the right thing. So Yahweh Shem Yahushua respects men that are doing the right thing and doing the best they can. They plow in the field. They out here. People can see them. You know, people can walk up, talk to them. You know, hopefully they get some believers. Or hopefully, you know, they do, they don't. Whatever. But ultimately, seek salvation for yourself. So at the end of the day, these brothers that's out there, that you see out there, they seeking salvation for themselves. They have the blessing. They're getting things from Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Their sins is being worked up. So when it's time of judgment comes, Yahweh willing, he remembers those of them that been doing the right thing and been staying out of the way. That's their faith. He remembered that they got faith. He remembered their name. He know who they are. You know, a lot of people gonna feel like they know who Yahweh Shem Yahushua is, but them the ones that got the wrong name. They clouded by ideals. They believe in different religions, but they feel like in their own right they right. This is where curses come in. This is where demons come in. This is where, or evil spirits, because demon mean knowledge. There you go again. Watch out for that. You gotta know words. So if you're gonna say demons, you know, demon mean knowledge. So if you're gonna say that, you might as well just say evil spirits, because you gotta be careful of the vocabulary words that you use. You gotta understand them. So, you know, that's another thing with Yahweh Shem Yahushua do to his prophets. He allow us to be taught so we can know things, so that no man can come and tell us and try to teach us things that we already know that are wrong and that are false, and we know everything. And then you, at the same time, you got to be self-taught. You know, if you're a good spirit you're gonna do the right thing. If you're a bad spirit, you're gonna do the wrong thing. So Yahweh, there is a balance to that too. People got good spirits, some people got bad spirits. You got to understand that. Some of us that's born with a good spirit, and we listen, we understand what the Lord is trying to say. We end up going back to Him. But some of them that are bad spirits, they're gonna stay lost. They're gonna stay blind. They're always gonna object. They're gonna believe in what they want to believe instead of believing in what is true. They rather believe in a lie. So I'm glad that I was one of those spirits that got the word and that kept working on it and asked Yahweh for what I needed to survive, to grow, to become a stronger man. Without the spirit and without this wisdom and knowledge and understanding that Yahweh Shem Shai, I probably would still be the same person I was from the beginning. But yeah, I've changed so much. I've seen so much progress. It only could be from Yahweh Shem Shai, from the Lord Himself, that allowed me to change and to grow and to become a stronger man and to go even further and to do even better. Amen to that. Amen to that. So it says, do not be deceived, my brethren, my beloved brethren. Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above and comes down from the Father of lights, with whom there is no variation of shadow or turning. It says, of his own will, he brought us forth by the word of truth, that we might be a kind of first fruits of his creatures. So then, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear. That's right. Slow to speak, slow to wrath. For the wrath of a man does not produce the righteousness of Yahweh. Therefore lay aside all your filthiness and overflow of wickedness, and receive meekness, the implanted word, which is able to save your souls. Amen. Because you got a lot of brothers that are turned to violence. You got a lot of brothers that's always talking shit. You got a lot of brothers that do whatever they want to do. And there's a great number of these brothers that's a part of Israel, that are not in the word. 9 times out of 10, they don't live so long, and if they do, they are forever corrupted. They destroy. They'll never rise again. So like I said, take these brothers as a perfect example, and be careful and try to avoid these certain things. At least you be caught in these permanent curses and judgments that Yahweh got for these people. And it's only the beginning. But overall, watch out for them brothers, man. They don't lay away their wrath. They emotional. They always fighting. They always objective. They don't believe. They tell you what they want you to hear. They don't care. They do whatever they want. It's a lot of evil that's coming out of our brothers, and sisters. It's a lot of wickedness, and they rather be lost than found. And they're gonna figure out where that gets them in time. They will. It's gonna be on them. Like Yahweh say, pray not for the world. They are part of the world, so we don't care about them. We'll go to Malachi to close it out. Wait.